Today we're playing wordplay, and I've got an audience of peeps here who are going to help me figure out the words. I wanted to make this VOD to put a highlight on this game, which was made by Mark Brown. The idea is to bring roguelike elements to a game, a traditional word game like Scrabble. So we've got our tiles, they're worth points, and we can modify them. And I've been playing this game with my mother on holiday. She loves, Scrabble and crosswords, and I like roguelikes, and it was a strange way to find like a middle ground and play together, which was awesome. Sound, says Faye Child. Do we have sound issues? Surely not. All I did was restart the stream. Maybe you need to unmute yours. Let's jump in. So, it does remember. Look at this. It remembers how much I've played it before. So there's easy modes, normal, hard, legendary, and marathon. This is all about like how far into the game you can get. It doesn't tell you how many rounds, but this one it tells you 20. I think this one was like 15, 10, 5, whatever. We'll probably just play legendary today. Let's see how far we get. With quick play, I think it's about scoring points to earn like a medal. You get like bronze, silver, gold. In fact, I don't know how long this is going to take us, so we'll do marathon and just see how many rounds we go for. All right. So, we got our tiles here. Immediately, I'm like quieter. I need another E. Quiet's not too bad. So, you get points for each of the letters, and then as you get longer words, you get more of these bonus points right here. You need to score 40 points to pass a round. There's 20 in total, and you have 12 plays. That is submitting a word. When you complete a round, you get some more plays. You also get tile modifiers, and that's where things really come together. Burt Potato suggests quarter. Now, I am playing this game to show all of you who may be interested in it, and I am not particularly interested in taxing my own brain, which tends to be rather pathetic at figuring long words out. Equator is another really good shout. I almost want to go with that one because it's a little more exotic. Is it even exotic? It's not that much difference, but it uses an O. It might even have scored less, but I don't think it did because a T was worth one as well. Raptor is a good guess. But yeah, to anyone watching, you're well and truly invited to look at the tiles and join in the fun. This game will get more interesting as we go along. So we're going to go ahead and submit Equator and score ourselves a nice and fine 31 points. Now, at this point, what we could do is we could go, I want to save these tiles that make this fancy word, pigeon, for the next rounds, right? Or maybe we want to save ing, because all we need is 9 points now. So I think T and R is useful. A P and a H. So maybe we make a short word with, maybe we make pigeon, although that N was for ing, which you can put on the end of the word. So try and use these letters up here to make a word. We've got a suggestion for right. R-I-G. Now, we're using up these tiles at the bottom we want to try and save. That's kind of where I'm going with this. Top is an interesting one. We could sacrifice the T, and the R. Pager, P-A-G-E. I like Pager a lot more. We've got 2 P's. The A's good. What about pie? That's too little, isn't it? Or poo. I mean, technically. Pog? Pogo? Is pogo a word? Like 5, 6, 7? It's still shy. Pager. I feel like Page is probably our best bet. We don't want to be here all day, so we'll go with pooch. Oh no, we're going to use our H. H is, PH, TH. It's worth 4 points. I really like that one. Porter. I think we're using poop. Now, I think we're going to go with Pager. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I feel like that's one. You're not really getting the goal. The goal is to score the amount of points needed to get to the next round. We need 9 points. We're trying, right now we're strategizing to save some useful tiles. Why make a really long word when we only need 9 points? Okay. So when we submit, our points are going to reset. Bam, down they go. Now, this is where on the very first round of marathon mode, you might just want to start over again. There are many different strategies that emerge as you start to build up your modifiers. So when submitting the 4th tile, you get treble points on it. That's a common. You kind of want uncommons because they're usually better. If the word has an odd number of tiles, add 10 bonus points. But then if it has even, you got to remove. I don't like that one. I don't like the flipping of the coins. Gain 2 plays when you skip the perk. None of this is really good for setting up a long-term strategy, so we're going to re-roll. And we got a rare challenge, 4 bonus points if your word contains an eye, otherwise reset to 0. That would synergize if you had collected a bunch of eye tiles that would frequently come up. But, you know, it resets, but then it can keep going back up again. Add 3 bonus points. Increase by 2 when you add a new tile to the letter bag. That's going to synergize if we choose to add things to the letter bag over time. And there are other types of modifiers that can let us do that. So this is going to be our preferred strategy for this stream. If you've played the game a lot like I have, I would probably reset, go again and see what else we can get. But I just kind of want to demonstrate to you how now the game changes a little bit. We're going to start to create some synergy potentially. So now we need 75 points and we don't need to worry too much about what we're doing because this doesn't quite come into play just yet, but we're going to work on it in the future. Shinny says, would anyone be kind enough to explain the game? We got to make the longest word we can with the tiles that we got here. So ing is probably going to be at the end of our word. Then we've got combos like th, ph, phoning, you know. This is where I need Yoel to help me out because I am not brain smarts when it comes to this. We've got pathing there. Octagon is a great guess. O-C, where's the C? We don't have a C. Phonetic. I like phonetic. I like phonetic a lot. Phonet. Wait, phone et ick. I do have a C. Wait, yeah, right there. So octagon is less letters than phonetic. Competing is probably the longest word. C-O-M-P-E-T-I-N-G. Let's go with that. Competing, because a long word tends to score better because of the extra 10. So we could do this all day, but we wanna plow through these levels. Competing looks fantastic, right? Non-pathogenic? Do we even have N-O-N-P-A-T-H? We don't even have that many tiles. When you get here, you don't get extra. There's a limit. You can't actually make it longer, believe it or not. Competing is terrific. Congratulations to Tiralmo. Thank you for contributing. We only need 20 this time. So, which letters do we want to save? Like, we want ing again. Let's put, we got 2 N's. We got, look how many N's. We got to get rid of these N's. We want to make a word with 2 N's in it. Blah. I can make the word blah. We also got to score 20 points at the same time. Conning. Conning's pretty good. That's got 3 N's in it. I'm going to see. So we got a lot of ing words coming. Cannon. Like we initially wanted to hold on to one. No, we didn't. We've got 4 N's. I thought we had 3. Oh my God. I think it might be cannon. I think that might be my favorite word. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's only 18. So we need a longer word than cannon. Is nonagon really an actual thing? We don't have, no, we do have a G. Cannoning. Yeah, we could do cannoning. I like glancing a lot. Do you know, I think we're just going to have to sacrifice the ing here. Enabling. It feels like loophole. That's a L-O-O-P. Where's the, we need another O in that one. Nonagon is a nine-sided polygon. Belonging is cool too. There's so many options. I think I'm just going to go with cannoning so that we can get those points. Although blooming might be enough. Then we're drifting away from that goal of using up the ends because we accumulated a bunch. Yeah, we're getting into overthink territory. I think we just need to take the points and get through this round. 50, you know. Could have made it shorter, but without the ing, it was too short. So, remember, we have a synergy that we are aiming for, which is to add tiles to our letter bag. So, this doesn't do that. This doesn't do that. This does. Add 2 emerald X tiles to the letter bag. We will take that. And now we will earn 7 points every single word. So we're going to work towards getting more tiles into here and increasing the points that we get each and every time. All right, I'm seeing the word blow immediately. And how many E's do we have? Please. Please, this is so unfair. I've got 6 E's. I've got 3 O's. 2 B's. Like, what am I supposed to do? So I'd maybe focus on these ones. So like WHOOL. No, that wasn't. Wheeler. With no R. Wheelie. Yeah, I think you're onto something there, Becca. I think you're onto something there. Wheelie sounds really good. Elbow. Too short. Whee! If only, if only. I think we'll go with that. We'll take wheelie. Getting 3 lots of bonus points is decent. So just shy of halfway there. We got the Q. We don't have the U. So where are we going for here? TRAI. There's no N. We got rabbit in chat. We do have a double B. Trooper is coming. That's a great one. That's a great one. Probably a little shy of getting the right amount of points. I feel like we need 1 more here. Imperator? I'm not sure what an imperator is. But we'll try it. Imperator. That's got to do it. Hey! Yo, was that Burnt Potato? That was Burnt Potato. Dude, bang on, 80 points. Perfect. All right. Remember, we're trying to get more tiles. None of these give us more tiles. I'm actually going to do a re-roll, and I hate doing this. Oh, hello. Okay. We don't want that because that destroys one. Swap a tile in with an E from the letter bag. That's absolutely what we want. Now, what I'm actually going to do to show you how this works is start off by swapping an E for an E. Our new E will gain 2 points. That E is now worth 3. And it didn't count towards adding a tile. No! I thought this would synergize. I thought that would synergize. I would now state that we are not in a good position. Because you need to find a synergy that works early on. Let's see how we get. Let's see how we get, though. Do you know what? I'm gonna do this a couple of times. We can go quit. No, wait. Where's the U? And then quit. Like, can I attach anything to the end of that? We don't have an N for queen. Rubber. Look, I want to use this QU. I want some high scoring stuff going on here. We could put like an E before it. Quirius. Dude, I need an S. That would be awesome. Bellicor. What the heck is that? That sounds like a word. Oh yeah, let's do that. Or liquor anyway. Wait, bell liquor. Am I getting trolled? I'm pretty sure this is just a troll. Someone in chat is like, I want him to say bell liquor. Oh my god, bell liquor is a word. What? Oh, don't even. Don't even. Hey, look, our X tile popped up. We could exile if we had an I. We can pull in an E. We can... Didn't I do that twice and I've... Oh no, I've done it 3 times and I've got 1 left. Okay, I'm misreading the information over here. Exorcist. Dude, you... The power of the crowd to see stuff. You know, we're lacking an INS and a T. Exudes. Wow. U-E... Oh. No, it's the other way around, isn't it? That's a cool word. D values. Hey, I'm trying to use the X tile over here, people. Exorable. That's longer, isn't it? X-O-R. A. Where's the A? B. Where's the B? L-E. Exorable. You exorable git! I don't know what it means. We'll take it. We're making big words. So, we made a mistake last time. Let's see what happens this time. So, we can add a potion to the letter bag. I have not seen a potion tile before. Potion tiles add their points to your plays, but are destroyed after one use. So, I can get a play back. I basically get one play back. I get one bonus point. I'll take it because it's rare. Maybe if I don't use it, I can clone it or something like that, you know? Okay, we just hit a special round. We're 5 in, and we have to have a vowel here or that tile gets destroyed. So you can play that. This could be a valid strategy considering that I have 2 extra X tiles. Yeah, no, I got 2 extra and the other one is in play. You don't see the tiles that are in play. So you can strategically destroy your tiles. The first time I played this, I immediately tried to destroy tiles. I thought that would be the better way to get the tiles that you want, and it immediately backfired. So it's not a good strategy, but you know. Junk, yeah, we can start with junk. Let's try and arrange, I'll try and arrange these so you can see what's going on. We've got 3 S's. 2D, we've got 4 S's, we've got 2 D's, and we have just U. Wow, U is the only one? So like junks, dunks, junker, we got no E. We could go for a refresh at this point. So junkers, where's the E? There's no... Oh, wait, yeah. Y'all are better than me at this. Junkers, hello. Let me explain. We'll swap an S for an E, and we'll bring the E into play. Junkers. Very good. Very good. I'm happy with that now. We just need to get some better letters in. How are we doing? Just under halfway there. I will go drag our vowels to the top. I'm kind of wondering about using that option to highlight vowels. So we've got 2 D's, 2 S's, 2 V's. Eyes? No. Adored. Diver. Rugby. Y'all are seeing words. I'm not seeing anything. We do have an E. Can we do X? Eviscerate. I don't know. Oh wait, that'll destroy that, which may not be a bad thing, really. Voyagers? Do we have? That's an incredible. That's amazing. Exvigorates. I kind of like the idea of getting rid of the X. So let's see if exvigorates works. Orates. Oh, no E and too many letters. I think I'm going to give it to Voyagers. Because that's just an awesome spot. Where's my A? So Voyagers, right? We go with that. Oh, 2 points shy. The pains. So we've got an ing. I think we need to keep the ing for the next round. 2 Ds, could possibly get rid of one of them. The smallest word you can make is 4 letters. So we just need a 4-letter word. So maybe like pest. Although EST is quite useful. So what's our obscure word? Like tilp. I'm making it up. Pelt. That might be a better option. Or mite. Termite. Yeah, let's go with mite. I mean, the I and E is useful. We'd like to keep the E. But hey, I'll go with mite. So we get our 2 points. We save our ING. We save some S's. So we got modifiers, not part of our strategy. And honestly, I'm starting to feel like these come up so much that maybe we should have just gone with a modifier to begin with. And look at that. Look at that. That doubles the last tile score. I'll probably go with that one. Because there's always the last tile, right? Plus it's a rare. But hey, with the power of chat, I think we're going to do great. Does that compound over time? I wonder if it compounds over time. That would be amazing. Pong. Who saw Pong? Pearl's in chat. Where's Pearl? I see everyone saying, hey, Pearl. But where's Pearl's message? There it is. Splendid. Oh, that would be a splendid guess. Can we still do that? Pearl, this is the game that I was messaging you about. I'm not a words person, but it's pulled me into playing it. But I love this whole modifier and point scoring system. This is what I play with my mum. She's more like doing the words, and I'm like, right, we gotta strategize. We gotta use words that have like 2 of this letter in to score more. It's great. Pivoting. I like the sound of that word. Spooning. We could totally do that. We could totally spoon. All right. Wait, we're missing an N. There's no spooning without that extra N. Violations. Dang. Where's the A, man? No, you really need an A after that, don't you? Pixies. I like that one. Probably. Oh, do you remember how we got this thing here? We kind of want our last letter to be a high scoring one if possible. G is 2 points. I'm not aware of words that end in V, but like P? Some words end in P, don't they? Opposing. That sounds like a really good one. Pivoting is good, yeah. Because you get the V. But opposing has more letters. So unless your tile scores like 8 points, picking up a 5 or a 10, usually a lot better. So pooping. Oh, you. What was it? Opposing. So double P gets us, you know, they're worth 3 each, and then 2 at the end might get us some good points over here. So it's now +2. If that continues round to round, it doesn't. It doesn't. That's a bit of a shame, because that would be an amazing synergy to pick up. I played once one where we created a synergy where your bonus points kept going up, and we got it like up to 50, and that really helps you get deep into the game. We got fear. Do we have fearful? We've got the L and the U. No, we don't have the U. We got the F and the L. I'm too dyslexic for this game. Blooming, man. Me too with words. Like, just don't give up. Just have fun with it. Like, if you find yourself a 4-letter word, be happy with it. Exiled is my guess. We got like 2 Fs, 2 As, 2 Ds. Too many doubles at the moment. So, exalted. Oh my god. It's like Diablo. Exalted Messiah. I could go with that. Whoa! Reveladiate? Bert again. Bert with the brain smarts. What is that word? Revalidate. Revalidate. I see it now. Oh! Give me points! That's probably gonna crush it. Oh, we did it! We did it! Nice! Oh, look at this! Okay. Transform a tile into a diamond tile. Those are absolutely great for scoring points, especially if we can use it on the last tile. That's our new synergy. I could re-roll for something that synergizes with that, but I think this is now a more powerful synergy. We get to choose when we want to use it. So D often comes up at the end of a word. So I'm going to make one of them a D. And we're going to wait for a G, I think. Now, we're not going to play this tile. We're not going to play it. We're going to wait. We're going to wait patiently till we need it. You write a lot of validation. It's coming useful. HDMI. That's not a real word, though, is it? We got the exile thing again. No, we got XI. Excite. No T. What are we avoiding? Using this tile here. We don't want to use D. Damified? Damn. But you're crushing it. Where would I be without you? Right, this is now worth 7 points, which means if we put it at the end of the word, it's worth 14 up here. Now, if we can get another 60-point word, we get to keep this in our hand, and it will be worth even more next time. That's the strategy. Normal Quifuen fan, thank you for 5 streams. You lost the previous streak. Don't even worry about it. They're just silly numbers. Thanks for continuing to tune in. But it's OP, yeah. Foxed is, you know, shorter, plus we're not using that D right now. So what does our word end in? Maybe an N or an R. How common is a word ending in R? Because I could diamond it now. ER is common at the end of the word. I'm going to diamond it now. I'm just going to do that, and it's done. So these two we want to hold on to. Honored, you say, right after I changed the R, of course. I should have waited. That's on me. Something. Oh, wait, we don't have an S. That wasn't a real. Xanax? I'd be happy just doing that one for the fun of it. It won't score us. I think we're not going to get this 1 in 1. Exhaust is 60 plus, says Corpse. Oh. Exhaust. AU. Where's the S? Missing an N. Yeah. So what do we say? Xanax. And then that gets you, like, extra points. Well, an extra 8. No, it doesn't like it. Uh-oh. Okay. Honored. Yeah, but we don't want to use these tiles. Trust me, we don't want to use them yet. What is that word, dude? What is that word? It uses our R. Annex works. We'll take that. Maybe I'll hold on to that as well for now. Right, that's now worth 6 points. That's now worth 12. So, like, we just got to score 24 points. I'm seeing the word zone in my head, but no, there's no N. This is an interesting bunch of letters that just dropped. Maybe who. This is something I like to do when I play. I like to put things that could become words in front of me, like whole, but then we don't have what's after it. Maybe like a double H. How common is that? I think quite uncommon. Wahoo! Xenon. Sorry, was AFK at the exact moment you started saying things to me? Aha, look back at what you said and noticed chat saying things. I thought I'd pop in and check out the game you mentioned. Oh, did you hear what I said, Paul? I was just basically, I don't know. Let me know if you heard it or if you went back and listened to it. It sounded like you said you went back and listened to it. Actually, no, it kind of doesn't. You rewound. Oh, okay, cool. You're up to speed then. Awesome. Wix. Which. I like which. Guess that's that bonus point. We need 24. There's 8, 9, 12, 16, 21, plus 9, 30. Bam. Which does it. How does the diamond thingy work? So every round it stays in our hand, it gets plus 5 points. All right. Add 10 points, decreases by 1 when you submit a word. So that's like extra points for a few rounds. This modifier shows the next 4 tiles to come out of the letter bag. If the first tile is a vowel tile, multiply its score by 5. That synergizes when you've modified your vowels. We haven't done any of that. I'm going to re-roll because we're doing absolutely great. I might take that because we might be able to use refreshers later on. Oh, that would allow us to refresh and hold on to our diamond tiles. That's kind of cheeky. I think I might take that, but I tend to power through without using refreshes too much. So we're not getting the synergies basically. I'd almost be inclined to reroll again, but I think I'll take that one. And we'll remember to use it. So, okay, this tile I've never used before. Potion tiles add their points to your plays, but are destroyed after one use. So it's a one-use tile that gives us back a play. It's... you know. Right, you want to do wizard? So if we drop in wizard, we might just do this whole round in one go. And I know some of y'all are itching. Where's the Z? Oh, there it is. I see it. I was like, where's that Ed? Okay, this is just going to crush. And normally you wouldn't do that. But I want to show you the diamond tiles in action. So it's worth 11. This one's worth 17. And we actually get to double that. So is it that close? Let's do a little bit of math. Like 5, 15, 6, 27... Let's say 37, 40 something, 50, and then that again. No, it's not going to do it in one go. I'm a bit over optimistic there. Let's do wizard later on. Let's save wizard for when 50 odd points is enough to get us through. So let's focus on these letters up here. Use the special way. Yeah, just use it and get it out of the way. Foot. Faucet? No C. Facile? Is that with an X? It's probably not. Fax? Fax it. I don't know. I want to hold on to my wizard letters, you know? Auditor. Faux. Ah. Yeah, we could go with that. Yeah. It's not great. But we use that. It's a free play because of that. These are now worth more points. So by the time we play wizard, it's worth more. If we choose to play it. Future. We just played DF. I'm gonna shuffle them about a bit. We got goat. Goated. Don't know if that counts. You see a gate off in the distance. Maybe you'll wander through it one day. Goatee. Dude, I like that. I forgot all about the goatee. Let's submit goatee. No, what? That's blatantly a thing. I think it might be double E. Gutted? That ends with a D. That might be the round. If we submit gutted, that might be the round. I think I'm going to do it for the fun of you seeing the diamond tile and it synergizing with this in action. So that, probably not enough, but whatever. Mad points here. 69. See, big points for that. That's why we hold on to those tiles, right? So we're not going to use RR. Maybe now we'll do wizard. Oh, wait, that uses an R. Dang it. What about whiz kid? Whizzed. Whiz 8. Whiz Al. I've got no clues. I'll be useless without you. Chat. I think we've lost. Wait, unless I location. I think I put them in the wrong way around. Location. Let's go for it. Will it score us 40 points? It's looking close. It's got it. It's the word that wins. Location goes to Tiralamo. Or Tiralmo. Yo, legendary, what's that? When you refresh, I should have picked those refreshes last time. Convert all the new tiles to random special tiles. We get to use that once and it destroys the modifier. Dude, I gotta get that because it's legendary. I don't think these even synergize, so we'll take it. That's cool. So maybe we start with something like this. Equator? Is that the way you spell it? Should I drop the R on it as well? So that can go back in and then we can refresh everything after it. Equator. O, not E. So it's that one. Therefore, if we want to score the big points, we put that E in. Equators. No. Equatorial. I kind of want the R in the end for the double points on this round. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. No! Wait, who said it was equator? Oh, maybe you meant there. I totally put the O in the wrong place. All right. So, you know, we could have scored the mega points. We didn't, but we got a decent score. Right, we are now totally going to refresh. I think it's just when we use it the one time. Whoa, that's mega. Yo, that's mega. Dude, that's my screenshot right there. Let me make a thumbnail, people, while you're figuring out what word it's going to be. I'm going to have to explain what some of these tiles do. I don't even know what half of them do. Okay, save that for later. So, gold tile. What does a gold tile do? The word score is multiplied by the number of golden tiles you submit. So we need to put M and I in a word together to make it happen. We know how diamond tiles work. We want to avoid using the diamond tiles for the time being. Dot tiles will double the score of the word if it's the last tile. And this one will give us more plays, which is cool. So let's try and make a word with what's up the top here and hold on to these for the time being. Unless you want to throw IM in as well. Dimension. Where's the S? Dimen. S-I-O-N. You need another N. It was a good guess. Deletions. Lodestone. For real. Got that Minecraft brain going on there. Not quite. Loads. Lodestone. Pleasant. Dominate. Dominate. I think I'll go with that. So we're going to double the word score because we've got that on the end, and we're going to double because of the gold. The diamond isn't going to do much. This is going to give us 2 more plays, and that one has a very slim chance of 5xing. So let's submit and see what we get. It's okay. It's getting good. 79. See, it's fun to have these synergies in the game. Right, we can transform tiles and we can swap, but we're not adding new ones, which really annoys me. I think I might re-roll because we've got so many plays. So, gift. Well, we'll definitely take that because it synergizes, right? We've seen dot tiles. We've seen what they can do. Let's add some Y's to the bag and get more bonus points for every word we submit. You know, it's a good strategy when you add these up over time, but 13 bonus points isn't like a crazy amount, really, is it? I could have added an S on dominates, yeah. Elevate. Nah. Levitates, we ain't got a T. Elevation, no T. Ooh, hide, we ain't got a D. Deeply. Remember, bonus points for any of these letters at the end of a word, because they went onto random tiles, they'll end up on tiles that don't really, like, rarely appear at the end of a word, right? Bevels. I like bevels, because we can put the S at the end. Pleaded. Where's the L? P-L-E... pleaded actually doesn't end. Beehives. What about beehives? E-E-H-I-V-E-S. So we use the diamond tile. You know how I feel about holding on to those, but we got some here. We're doing great. We're doing absolutely great. So that's a pretty strong one, 55. Oh, wait. Special round, special tiles don't trigger. Whoops. I didn't notice that. I wasn't paying attention. Glint. So we should definitely try and hold on to these, because they will rack up points for the next round. So we're going to play handicaps now, chat. This is the strategy stuff again. We want to score mega points in the next few rounds. Special tiles won't trigger, so it makes sense to hold on to these. Therefore, we're going to focus on these things up here. Flinging, flying. We got a G. Flying. Any take on that word that can make it a little bit longer? Fling in. Fling in? Flying. We got flying in chat. That was my word. I finally got a word. Special tiles don't trigger, so we'll try and hold on to those for a little bit longer, but they're not essential. Einds. Yeah, you also have eind words, don't you? Gliding. Dignify. Dignify might be there. I like dignify. Let's go with it. That's a great word. That was a dignified suggestion. Fortnite Bergerman, thank you for the prime, my dude. Appreciate you subscribing and supporting. I see things, people. I've seen things. I've seen love. I've seen... no, let's stop rearranging the letters for a second. Okay. What could we go for here? But says, I see music. Hey! M-U-S-I-C. Yeah, we could submit that as a word. Seam in. No ing. Muscled. M-U-S-C-L-E. Where's the D? We're avoiding that. That's a good one, though. Luminescence. L-U-M. Luminescence. No, luminous? Dude, is that? Oh! Killer! But you're crushing it. Oh, we only need 10 points. Let's save all of these for the next round. Wait, how do I make it? Oh, we've got an E. We've got an E. So basically, we need 10 points and we have an E. We have a double T. Exit, no. How do you make a word here? Like, because these other... We're going to have to use one of these, aren't we? Text. Wait, no, chat has got it figured out. We need 10 points. That scores 11. I'll take it. And hold on to our special tiles, which, by the way, are starting to be worth the megabucks. Right, we are now down to 25 plays. We're halfway through the game. Gift. Convert 12 E-tiles into golden tiles. That's madness. Upgrade. Transform a tile into an emerald. Modifier. If the word has exactly 5 tiles and a random tile will become an emerald tile. That's, if you had that right at the beginning, that could be really cool. I'm going to re-roll because I'm kind of looking for synergy. I really want to get synergy going. No synergy. I'm actually going to throw away another 2. Dang it. Wait, add 2 exclamation tiles to the letter bag. We'll take it. And the synergy. I just remembered how bad our synergy is. Candy. It's literally written in front of me. I want candy. So now we can use all of these tiles, but I would suggest we save these for the end of the words. How often does a word end in P? What would that look like? Vinyl, yeah, vinyl's on the cards. Vinyl's quite popular, better than candy. Candia. Anvil. Oh, it's literally, it's almost written at the top, that one. Candidly. It uses our E down here. Maybe we take the 1. But if we put it at the end, it's worth so much more. I'm going to say we can use J at this point. Because I feel like D and P at the end of the word is possible. Maybe an A. So J's on the board. But maybe not this round. I do like candidly. You don't think the bonus works with the diamond bonus either? Oh, it did. We watched it in action. Pretty sure. Pretty sure we've seen it work already. Clad in. Go with that. It's not a word. Jail. Jail is totally a word. I'm forgetting which is my favourite of these other suggestions now. Like we've got anvil. A-N-V-I-L. Go on, we'll go with that. Or did we have one with a Y? Candidly. Still say candidly. Valiancy? That uses the A, N-C-Y. Still, my gut says to hold on to these, but I guess an A doesn't appear at the end of the word too often. So that'll score some mega points. This is maybe where having a multiplier on like a second or a third would actually synergize a lot better. I am learning as I play this game more that maybe I haven't picked the right synergies. I'm starting to learn which ones don't work. We got a U, luxury. I'd say this R is on the cards if you want to use it. And then at the end of a word or beginning. Because we need 210 points now. Dozen. S would be nice on the end of that. Blondie. Hitler's dog. Let's go. Put in blonde. Wait, did I add a letter to that? I think I might have added a letter to it. Oh, let's put L there as well. No. Doxer. Bronzed. Fancy. Yeah, I said we could use that R. O-N-Z-E-D. Bronzed. Bronzedly. Can I put Lee on the end of it? Just because. Yeah, let's go with bronzed. I like that. These are worth mega points now. Maybe next word is like the time to use it. Because if we can score over 100, that would be really good. So something ending with D, maybe? Or P. Elope. Nomad. I really want to get a word with P on the end. Flop! Ah! Xisuma the brain smartest. So what if I submit flop and we get double that? Add bonus point. Oh, do you know what? That person who said it didn't add it. What if it's those bonus points? That would make me so sad. Do I use the P to find out? Jalop. Wallop. Where's the W? Yeah, we got a W. Where's the L? We got an L. Wallop. Go on, we'll go with wallop. Now, I think I understand now what they were saying is that, not a real word. It's wallop with an A. Okay, so what we're looking for is how many points this adds. It added 38. It does do the diamond tile. 111. Hey, we got it. We got it. Okay, so upgrades, no good. We want to add tiles to the bag. Again, though, this synergy is pants. So, like, the final word of the round has exactly 4 tiles. Gain 2 refreshes. Oh, I see. You can add refreshes. That, you know, things like this can be great if you have an alternative use to refreshing. We never pulled out a synergy like that today. Transform a tile into an emerald tile. Could do with that. We've got quite a few now. They're starting to add up. I'm going to go with that one. Actually, I'm going to re-roll. Oh, what's a glass tile? Glass tiles cannot be upgraded, refurbished, and shattered when submitted. That sounds kind of pointless. Gain 2 plays when you skip the perk screen. I skipped a good one, didn't I? I'm gonna re-roll. Last time. Gift. Add to. Yeah, okay, I'll take it. It's terrible. It's part of our terrible synergy over here. It's really not doing us any favors. I missed the good one to take then. Hey, look, we've got an exclamation point. Exclamation tiles score equal to the number of unsubmitted tiles, but must end the word. Okay. What words are we seeing, chat? Names? Foxes. I was thinking we should try and use up the X's. So we've got foxes. Forsaken's cool. So that one's going to score 10 points, and then that'll get doubled there. So let's go ahead and take foxes. $66. All right. Something mega's got to come along soon, you know? Like, I'm looking at this M and I going out into a word together and putting D on the end again. On the immigrated, right? We've got that. We've got the T. But we're lacking... We've got O, like... Let's see the brain smarts in chat get to work. Grim. Grimmed? No E. Dormant. We want D at the other end of the word. And we want IM in the word. Don't have to do it now. If we don't, like, if, let's say these are the ones we're holding on to, right, to try and get a really good word score, then we can always just make sync with these other ones. That's not a problem. Have we got an N? No T. Migratory. It doesn't end with a D, but I think I might take that, actually, and just get this out of the way. Migrate. Have we got an R? Migrated. Oh, no, no E again. So that's what's going to be super hard. It's like odd or add. Mitigate. Like, I don't think it's actually usable yet is the problem. All right, let's just go with migrate. What was it? Migratory or something? Was it that? No. What's the word that someone said? Migratory. 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 No, that one either. Apparently, I might have done this wrong. So there's an R there. A-T-O-R-Y. Okay, I can't spell. I mean, I can't read. I can't do either of these things, apparently. Not bad. 122. Now we need, like, 57. So I'm starting to see how these diamond tiles, like, we get lots of X, Zs, and Ys. Hated. Do I really want to dump 40 points to get doubled right now? No. Hates. Basked? I like basked. Oh, no D at the end. Because we only need 57 points. But we could we could use the J and just skip through this round, right? Like, do we have a U just? T would double it even. Actually, that's starting to sound like one to dump into the next round. Like, the J and the T could surely make a nice short word. So we're probably looking at using these tiles more now. Boast. B-O-A-S-T. Again, the J and the T. Boasted. See, I want to hold on because we're so close with 57. Feels like we want to be efficient. I like haze. Hazy? No, maybe it's like that. Hazy. So now, for the next one, how many points do we need? Like, 13. Okay. What's the most useless tile here? Probably the X. But then the E's are good. We just want to get rid of the least usable letters. We've got the A's and the I's and the E's. Something like woo. Wu-Tang. Bows. Bows might be a decent one. I mean, S is good, right? Basket, bowed. No, we're avoiding these tiles. Oxides. Where's the... Oh, no, not the D. What was it? Bowed or bowels? I mean, I want to hold on to an S. How many points do we? 13. That actually doesn't probably score. Oh no, we always get 21, so we can just do that and we get it. Alright, so it might seem like I'm being annoying, but I'm trying to like highlight the longer term strategy. Okay, so I'm just going to take that and hope that our next modifier is really good. So on this one, what we can do is a word that begins with A, maybe, like J-U-S-T, but we got rid of the S. Just. Just is kind of like the one word in my head. Jaunt. Hello, chat. That's good. So we are going to get 68 points here. We're going to double it there. So like this is how you make jaunted. Adjust. Oh, wait a minute. That's got an S. Adjunct. Wait. Chat is going hardcore all of a sudden. Adjunct. We need a D. Oh, that uses our D though. Adjoined. There might be another one in here. Adjaunted. Jaunted? Oh, no. T at the end. I'm forgetting all the rules I'm setting up for ourselves. Adjunct is really cool. A, but it uses the D. That was the problem. Jinxed doesn't have a T at the end. Remember, we're holding on to this D. So I think jaunt. We'll just keep it simple. Right. So we make effective use of doubling our very high scoring diamond tile. Mega points here. Right? Over half in one go. Let's save the D for another round, you know? Because we just did a lot of work with one word. See what I mean? So let's get excited. That would get us through, but like I said, I'm tempted to hold on now. Exciting. Have we got an... Oh my god. Did X do a word? Exiting. Can I put a C there and shuffle them all along by one? Is that a real word? Please tell me that's a real word. Or do I have to put in an E? Executing. Oh my god, there's bigger words available. Executing. Yo, that's mega points. How exciting, yeah. Let's bring in the mega points. 79, pretty good. We just need 35. So, end of word to double the score. And then Z, if we can include that in a big word, that would be nice. So we need 35 points. We get 21 by default. We need to score about 10. So short word time. Peak. P and K are a little harder to make words with, I think. E and A are quite common. We got an A there. I'd say using an I would be better at this point, right? So do you see like a word with the H, T, P, or K with an I? That's what I'm thinking is the best move right now, to hold on to the better letters, you see. Pothead. It's there. It uses... I want to use these I's and these letters in the middle. Short word. Tiki. Might be too short. So we got 21, 23, 28, 29. We need a little bit more. We need to be a tiny bit longer than Tiki. Kite, peak. We kind of need one extra letter. We need a 5-letter word. We want to try and use up those I's. Pitic, ticket. You know, I'm just making stuff up to hope something pops out. Pife with an E. Yeah. We'll slap the 3 on just in case we need it, because I'm not going to do the math. Oh, it doesn't count. Petite. How many I's is that? Because we're using up our E's as well. This is where it feels like it's starting to drag on a bit now. It's like, hey, just pick something. No second T, yeah. TP? Yeah, again, it's probably not enough. Pited. Can't use the D. Oh, fight. I might just go with that. I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of waiting. Right, we got it. So, you can re-roll the perks for free once per round. I like that. Modify, you can submit 3 or more different special tiles. If you then submit... Oh, dude, that's mega. We submit those all the time. Double the bonus points rewards for spelling longer words. That's kind of really powerful. I like both of these, but I want to go with that one. So now we get extra for putting 3 tiles in. So here's our chance to score mega. We want to put D in the word and end it with S. And then we need 3 tiles. So can we make something that ends in eds? We don't have the most favorable letters here. I could roll a refresh on it. Right? Like I could leave these tiles up here and roll a refresh. Trends. Yeah, we could still use the... Why did I want to put an E? Because we want to use 3 of them. There's no N, dude. Treads. Treads. So we would get triple, and then we would get double. Although if D was at the end, we'd get even more. But already it's looking like it might be enough to get us through in one go. So maybe not the S at the end, actually. Maybe the D. And maybe if you can get a Z in there, that's your 3 tiles. Elated. Yeah, I guess we could use 2 E's. Trailed. Where do we get that extra trail ED? We need another special tile. Idealized. Yo, you're thinking about something there. Oh no, we need the D at the end. So the D at the end is mega, and then we need to include an E, an S, or a Z. 2 of them. Trialed sounds like it might work. Oh wait, yeah. So we're lacking. We did that one already. Sterilized. Wow. That is absolutely crazy. But we kind of use all of our special tiles at once. You see, it's like ups and downs, but I'm not gonna push it any further. That wait, where did I go wrong with that? Sterilized, isn't it? Also, shall I throw in that? Oh, I could throw in that E instead of the other one. That saves us one. That's good. Okay. Or I could actually include it and save an E, but I don't think we see that at the end of the word too often. So, sterilized. Right, this should score absolute mega points. We should be hitting the jackpot big time here. 675! Did you see that? Did you see that? Gain 2 plays when you skip the perks. Create a new standard tile with the same letter as the provided tile. If the tile has a score of 1, make them 10. That's kind of cool. So, what if I submit a diamond? Does it stay diamond? It says standard. I think it means like, you know, standard. So, let's duplicate an A, and it'll be worth 10. So we've got an A that's worth 10 in there now. I think, unless I just completely misunderstood what that meant. Did I? I don't see an A, or whatever. I mean, it gave us a few extra points here. Right, words shorter than 6 tiles score 0 points. We're holding on to the E, and if we can end a word in E, that's terrific. X-I... Do we got another E? Fatigued? G-U-E-D. Fatigued. Totally works. Let's submit. Vinop, my dude. Thank you for 38 months. Hope you're enjoying the stream. All right. We'll hold on to the M till we get another one come through. And we can use the N at any time. So I'll drop the X down the bottom there. Oh, I should have put that on the end of the word. Whoopsie. It was 10 A's, not... Oh, my goodness me. I misunderstood. It put loads of A's in. Good point. Well, we're going to see a lot of A's. Whoopsie. I misread it. Migraine. We can take the E at the end, although I would put that on, but I guess we won't. We'll save it for a shorter word. Right, so we double the score there. Nope, because I didn't spell it right. My... A-I-N-E? Is that right? No. Forgotten I. Migraine. Oh, is it that way around? Gosh, grain, of course it is. Migraine. It's not that, is it? Okay. S's at the end of the word. O's at the end of the word. O's less likely, obviously. Imagine transposing the A and I in Grian. Yeah, Grian. We made a migraine. Oh dear. What do you see? Moose? There's no M. I don't know why I saw moose. I haven't done a lot of thinking about words. There is an M, but we're not using it. Annex. A-N-N-E-X. Exclamation mark on the end gets us the right amount. Maximum points for that. Brilliant. Annex is the word to submit. Also double points on the exclamation. 83, not bad. We need something special now. We need something special. I mean, we could kick off with a J. J-O-U-S-T. Joust. But it needs to be a longer word, so... Man Anonymous? Is that... What are we on about? Kayak. Like the band. Bucharest. Are we making up words? Jouster. Have we got... Jouster. Joustery. Are you feeling joustery, people? Ah. You can make EFO. Yeah. Alright, one more word should get us through here, I think. We need 67 points. It does need to be a strongish word. Hold on to the R. Embassy. Where's the M? We are... Behave? We are running out of letters, and those A's are going to start piling up. That's probably not enough to get us through. We need 67. 8, 12, 13, 14... That gets doubled, 15. It's a little on the light side. Plus that. Oh no, plus that. It's very close. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go for it. Come on. Oh, dude, I knew. One point short. And now we have to score a 6-letter word. But I guess maybe you could say we get to take some good tiles into the next round. So with these right here, can we make, including that one, can we make a 6-letter word? Orc. It could end in orc. We could balk it. Slow. Slork. Berserk. Well done you. Well done you, sir. No. What did I get wrong? Berserk. I got to sacrifice my R, is what you're telling me. Bleaks. Wait. Where's the A? B-L-E... I don't see an A. Blokes. Ha! I'll take it. I'll take it. Blokes is a good one. It's Bert again, man. Bert's the MVP. Right. 2 bonus points if the words end in ed. If you submit 2 or more, would that stack with the other one? Because that would be crazy powerful. What's that? Return the first tile to the grid instead of sending it to the letter bag. Oh, the first tile of your word. Interesting. See, something like that early on, if you had a diamond tile and you could keep reusing it, you just start every word with like R or something. We got some, I'm seeing like Ramsey, easy. I think maybe this is a good round to hit hard on. Roma. I was kind of holding on to the M, hoping for a I. Rosemary. Eraser. Uses our S. It's like which? I think we might have to use the M. 464 points are indeed needed. Armory? I like that one. Armory. And 3 tiles. I think we'll go with that then. Let's go with it. Getting more points down here of each round. Plus, these just stacked up, I think. Whoa! A small word just got us 300 points because of the synergies. Lovely. And now the I tile appears, of course. Of course it does. Wow. So I think, by the way, I think what we might want to do is get rid of one of these. Refreshes, ignore submitted tiles. Might need to go. Although those A's are going to start coming in. Because when we get to the next round, we kind of want to try and synergize more. So I think I'm going to get rid of that in preparation. Yeah, even though I might want to use that real soon because of the A's. We're going to sell it. All right, and then we're starting to build up a good synergy, you see. Weirder. Yeah, kind of don't want to use the diamonds because if we can just use 3 of these, we're going to score mega again. So like, let's focus on these tiles, right? What word can we make that has 3 of them in is the way to look at it. Preferably with A's in as well, yeah? Like years, we got years coming up. That's good. Anyone got a double A word? Airways. A-I-R-W-A-Y-S. And it doubles. Oh, this is going to score mega. But again, with the powerful word, look at this score we're going to get. Woo-hoo-hoo! 500 and... Well, I don't even know what that was. All right, add 1 bonus point. If the word contains a number from 1 to 20, increase this modifier by that many points. Say what? Add 1 bonus point. If the word contains a number, does it mean done as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 20? And then you increase. That's really cool. I would love one like that early on, to be frank. That's a legendary. I feel like that's not the synergy we're looking for. Have a 3 and 4 chance for the perk screen to have 4 perks. We only want 1 more perk at this point. Transform to a golden tile. That synergizes very well. I think we go with that. We go with that. That's just going to help us get those 3 tiles, which is massively synergizing. So we'll make that happen. We'll make that happen. Can we make a word of E at the end? Again, trying to just get through without using our diamond tiles. Adore. Wait, is there an R? There isn't. What about a Z and an E together in a word? Ozone? No N? Dozed. I like dozed. Oh, that we got a D there. D-E-Z-O-Z. Oh, we need another D. Okay. Doozy. We do have the extra O. We got the I. Doozy. Now, what we do here is we take an O and we can... we'll take the D. Although vowels are more common, actually, in your words. So we'll take that, even though it scores lower. Now we're going to synergize these. So when we submit, we double the word here. We've got a decent amount of points. We're stockpiling points for the future. We are going to crush. We're going to crush this. We've got a synergy now that works. Look, oh, 1, go! Yo, diamond tiles increased 10. Oh, but then they reset. Okay, no, we're not taking that. Let's re-roll. See that again? That's just going to do the same thing we did last time. I think we can win this easily now with just these little upgrades on the side here. Right, words cost 2 plays. That's interesting. We'll get through it. So again, can we make a word and save up our diamond tiles? And then we can do the treble thing and possibly just ace through it in one. So, like, if you see a word here, Leipzig, is that a place though, isn't it? Zeppelin, is it double P? Lazy Laps, no, L-A-Z-Y. We don't have a Y. Maybe we don't need to worry too much about the Z. Glazier, is that really G-L-A-Z-A-I-A-R? Is that really it? Glacier. C-I-E-R. Let's go with glacier, and then what we're going to do is we're going to convert A to a golden, and we're just going to crush it in one go. Because we've got the R on the end, we're just going to absolutely tear through now. We've unlocked a synergy that is too powerful. Oh, so close. So close. We could possibly save these tiles here for the next round. We got the convert to dot if we want to treble our points, but we need 114 to get through. Topaz. It's one of those ones that just jumps out at you, isn't it? So if we need 114, I guess we use that Z and then we get to do our little thing again. Although it's pointless, P is more likely to end a word. So I'll pick P for the dot. And then we do that, and now we get mega points. Absolute mega points. We've got it. We've crushed it. All right. We're just looking for something that synergizes again. Doesn't have 2 consonants. That'll be short words then, so no. If the word has at least 9 tiles, get a random common or uncommon modifier. That's down here. It will just add it to your hand. That's wild. When you refresh... I'm going to re-roll again. I just want to really get something that synergizes well. Maybe just add that, because now we're cutting our plays if I go again, and that one will give us extra bonus points. I'm just going to re-roll again. Come on. We didn't get anything. That's actually kind of handy. I'll hold on to that. We didn't get anything. We lost some plays, but we've got what we need to get through it. Easy. What we can't do is turn that into a big scoring word, so maybe not. Yo, Powerballs! Thank you for gifting a sub to Nana to Panda. Appreciate you doing that, my dude. Thank you for supporting our community here. Double word points if at end of word. Yes. We need 3 special tiles, so we're going to use 2 dots with an X and hold on to these, or use one of them. So I'll say one of these is on the cards. So we do want to try and score big. I see phased in chat, and that would require us to use 2 dot tiles. Vexed. That would mean we use our E. Actually, we don't have to. Oh, but yeah. But then the D isn't a dot. More suggestions, please. Yahtzee. That's an interesting one. Where's the T? No no T. Faxed. That's probably the word, because the D's at the end. Okay. Not the best for a dot. How often does a word end in F? If we could avoid the D at the end, that'll be amazing. Should we take a moment to look a little longer? Oh, let's just go with it because we're like near to the end. I'm just gonna put it on F. No, let's put it on A because it'll come up again in a word. Like you're more likely to use an A. So short word. This probably won't score mega, but we'll get some more tiles and see what we can do. It's pretty darn good, isn't it? Right. So this round, I think we're gonna have to try and use as many of these letters as we can. Except we can refresh. Oh, no, we don't want to use that. The strategy might not hold out for a little bit here. It's going to be wild. We got 8 A's, I know, right? Wait, refresh all tiles of the same letter. Yes. Oh, but that gets rid of those A's. Oh. Well, do you see a word with 2 A's? We might as well pick up some points first. How do we... Azalea. Where's the L? Where's the E? The E's there. Aquay. Yeah. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. No, it doesn't like it. Aqua. Do that. Yeah, pathetic points. That's okay. Because can we now make a word with 3 of them? Because we're going to refresh the A's very soon. So, like, just look at these tiles down here. Try and avoid the E. A, I, V. As long as we get 2 A's in there. Zealot, Violet, Total. We need 2 A's. A Veil. I think someone's got it. A. Wait, where's the V? Ah. Now Azalea? Yes. And we'll convert that into a dot. For the mega points, you know, for the mega points. Okay. This will score mega points. I mean, this will score redonkulous points is what it will score. This will be the biggest of the day, maybe. Was it only 318? What? See, that's a really cool one to have at the very beginning. Fill any unused upgrade slots with random common upgrades. Sure, I'll take that. I think I know what that means. Oh, look! There you go. Oh, except we just got... Well, we got to convert to emerald. I could have sold that one maybe before I selected it. This is the final round. So costs... We have 10 plays. If we can make a word with this in it, exit, we would get mega points straight off the bat. We could put the exclamation point on the end, and we could convert something to a... No, it's not a dot. It's an emerald. Exit. Exit now. There's actually a tile that lets you have a gap and put 2 words in. Taxiways? Oh, do you know what? Maybe. Where's the S? Taxiway? Is that a word? In which case, let's put the T into an emerald. Okay, this will score good. And we hold on to our E tile. $106, $150. Is it me or is like, did we... Oh! Do they have to be different? Oh, I might have missed something there. They have to be different. Wow. Okay, I think it's time to get rid of the E and refresh our tiles because we are not pulling out the specials. Except, refresh all except. I'm going to play it right now, like that. Now, we got to make a word like that. Exit. Exeter? Maybe I should just submit exit and pull in those 80 points and treble them. Yeah, I missed that. It has to be 3 unique. Like, each one has to be a different color. So, is there... Chat, you're really good at all of this. We've got the V, we've got the A, we've got an L, exile. Exhilarated. I don't know. Is it there? There's an R. Afraid. Brexit. Can we make Brexit? Oh my god. What? Imagine if it accepted Brexit. Exalted. That sounds like the word, doesn't it? And we don't worry about that on the end of it. Exalted. Yeah. That'll probably win it. Let's see what we get. That's probably it, chat. That's probably it. Beautiful. It wasn't enough, but that's okay. We just need 63 points now. Now, we can't get unique, so I might just do this. I'm going to hold the T and refresh everything. And then we can make an emerald. It's still not enough, is it? But I don't want to go mad with the refreshing, so... we got an E. Zealot? Oh, I'm taking that. I'm taking that word straight off the bat. Did it do the emerald thing there? It slowed down for a second. And we've won! And the best word was doozy, which I believe Burt Potato got. There you go. We've completed marathon mode. Now, after this, you get to go into endless. Oh, I would love that. Can I sell one of those? Can I go back and sell it? Does it let you? Like, you can go in here and sell it, right? No, you can't. Because picking up that would be great. But as you can see, you can just keep playing forever. And that's when having crazy synergies is a lot of fun. I say you can play forever. If you run out of plays, you run out of plays, right? There's a new score to get. But that was the game. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it and you think you might want to play it with a family member or friends, like, for those of us who've got, you know, parents of an older generation, you might find that kind of overlap and give you a great reason to play, like, you know, some modern style gaming with all the modifiers, with something classic. Yeah, I really wanted to give a shout out to this game. So shout out Mark Brown. And thanks for the fantastic game. I will continue to play it. It's a lot of fun. That's going to be it for me, people. What have I got to do at the end of a stream? I got to go raid someone. So we'll go find someone to riggedy raid. Thanks for letting me de-stress and decompress. I feel so good. I feel so much better. Had a stressful feeling arise through me. And now I feel like I've calmed down a lot, which is great. So thanks for hanging out with me for a bit. Where shall I send you to today? Oh, it looks like the gang are playing Shift at Midnight. And we got Tango doing Decked Out. I think I'll send you over to Cub today. Really enjoyed hanging out with Cub the other day. So stick around for some Hermitcraft. I am going to bounce. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.